guys, Aaron here with Help Me DIY. Today I just wanted to bring you 5 little tips and tricks that I have learned after owning my Boxster for a couple of years. Some of these things you probably already know about, but some of them you might not even know exist. This is my demo vehicle. It is a 1998 Porsche Boxster 986. I've done a lot of work to this. Here's a little playlist in case you're interested in some of the things I've done to it. But on to our tips and tricks. I wanted to start out with our key fob. The first part of this trick works on all model year Boxsters as far as I'm aware. So if you put the key in here, you can physically lock and unlock your door, of course. But what you might not know is if you unlock it and hold it in that position, it will lower your window. And when you let go, it will stop. And when you lock it, hold it in that position, you can let go, stop it anywhere you want, or continue it all the way up to be closed. Now the second feature does not work for me, but it might for you. Some people, you can hold in the unlock button on your key and it will do the same thing with the window, and hold in lock and it will raise it. So my second tip involves the longevity of your back plastic window. The older Boxsters all have plastic, and this one is 24 years old, and it is the original. As we all know, plastic gets old and it gets brittle when it gets old. It also gets brittle when it is cold. So that brings me to the tip: never open this when it is cold, or else it can crack and split. You can see some evidence of, just from age and use, it's already a little bit fragile right here. So make sure you do not open this when it is cold. Wait for it to warm up, or put the heater on in your car to help it warm up. Also, as part of free bonus tip 2A, when you have your ignition on, you have to make sure your handbrake is up. And of course, you know, to release the handle, your windows will come down a little bit to give you the clearance that you need. Then you can hold the button in to start opening your window. But the tip comes in here. Once it is partially opened like this, you can see it has a tendency to bunch up, and it can get all pinched up and closed in there weird. So what this is commonly called is the Boxster chop. So you want to chop with your hand. Press this down so that it is nice and smooth before opening it the rest of the way. Yes, it's kind of annoying, but it's gonna help you save that window. I have my wife trained now that whenever I take the top down, she waits and does the chop and then hops in with me. And I know some people that go one step further and actually put like a microfiber towel or something down in between there to help protect it from dust and dirt scratching this up when it's touching itself. And the cloudy piece right in the middle is from just that. It's from when that window touches itself and rubs as you're driving. And when you close the top, keep the button pressed in to close it until that little red light there goes off. That tells you that it is all the way closed and your clamshell is all the way down and secure. Tip number 3. When you put your key in the ignition and turn it to the on position without starting the car, it's going to give you a little countdown and then shows you your oil measurement. And you can see that mine has too much oil in it. You ideally want the oil level to be between that bottom arrow and that top arrow. So right in the middle is perfect. So I'm really glad that I'm making this video, because I just changed the oil and apparently I put a little too much in. So I will be removing some. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, you probably know that I leave a lot of the mistakes that I make in the video, because the videos that only show you the right way to do it are helpful, but I think it's more helpful to see some of the wrong ways to do things to help you avoid them. So this is one of those instances. Oops. You can also check your oil the old-fashioned way, at least on the 986, by opening the rear boot. Under here is where we have the coolant filling and our oil. That's where you put the oil in. And this little thing here is our dipstick. So old-fashioned, a lot of cars don't have this anymore. Some are all electric, but this one has both. So you can read the oil level right here. Tip number 3, this also requires your key and the ignition in the on position. And right under here on the driver's side is your fuse panel. If you were not aware, this is where your fuse panel is located, and there is a little switch at the bottom of it. And what this switch does is it raises and lowers your rear spoiler. So the spoiler on your car automatically goes up and down while you're driving. It goes up when you hit 75 miles per hour, and it will retract once your speed goes under 50 miles an hour. So what's the button for, you're gonna ask? Well, if you want to clean the spoiler, or if you want to take the spoiler off to upgrade it like I did, you're gonna need to raise it when you're not driving. Also, if you're at a track event and you want the spoiler to stay up instead of going up and down as you adjust speeds around the track, it's a great way to make sure that it stays up the whole time. So this switch just has an up and a down. When I press up, you just click on it one time and you can see that the spoiler will raise all the way. And if you push down, you actually have to hold it, because if you release it, it will stop wherever you release it. So you can stop it anywhere you want, or hold it down until it retracts all the way down again. So tip number 5 has to do with the windshield wiper stalk. It has 4 different positions. All the way down is your intermediate wiper. The second one up is off. The third one up is on at a slightly faster speed than intermediate, and fourth is the fastest. So I always got confused at the beginning when I bought this car, because I would try to pull it all the way down to turn it off and it would still be on and I'd be frustrated. But it is this second one that is off. And there's also another little function when it is in the off position. There's a little spring in here that you can just tap it up a little bit without clicking it, and that will just give you one wiper rotation. And then, like most stalks, if you pull it towards yourself, it will activate the windshield wiper fluid. Some of the newer Boxsters actually have a little dial over here somewhere where you can adjust the speed of the intermittent wiper, but my older one just has one speed. So those are just some of the things I wanted to share with you guys about this car. If you're new to Boxster ownership, you should subscribe to this channel, because I do a lot of maintenance work on this car and have several DIY videos that I think you'll find helpful. So if you guys don't mind giving this video a thumbs up, it really does help the channel, and I will be making a lot more Boxster content in the future. So look forward to seeing you then. Bye guys.